Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. The headphones are on, we're going to listen to something in a moment. But yes, I'm awake and I'm able to bring you a second video. I thought I might fall asleep, but I've managed to stay awake. Can I get a cookie for that? Well, let's just be honest, I've had way too many. So let's get into the news. Blizzard Entertainment. I'm sure I've heard their name somewhere before. I can't quite place it. It'll come back to me. Anyway, probably a small indie company. They've decided, in celebration of World of Warcraft's 15th anniversary, to cancel some more events. So the question is, why and where? Well, if I gave you the where, you'll probably be able to guess the why. But do bear in mind, folks, and always bear in mind, no decision Blizzard makes is because of China. In Taiwan, which doesn't remotely have any problems with the Republic of China at all. You know, just a couple of countries just getting on by, you know. Whoo! Blizzard have decided in Taiwan to cancel a 15th anniversary event which they had planned. Can't think why. Now this is from the official Taiwanese Facebook page, and this is Google Translate, so it's going to be pretty messed up translation, but we can read between the lines in some of the areas. Some of it just ain't going to make a lick of sense, let's just be honest. So, it starts off by saying 2019 is an important year for World of Warcraft. To celebrate the 15th anniversary, we have planned various online and offline events to invite players, and we are happy together. We get the drift of what's trying to be said here. So, it's the 15th anniversary of the World of Warcraft. We got loads of stuff planned online and offline to bring joy to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to cancel them. We would like to inform you that we have already booked the original 18th of October to the 20th World of Warcraft in Huashan 1914 Cultural and Creative Industry Park. The 15th anniversary celebration party was postponed. Okay, so that's Google Translate. But they have cancelled, postponed the World of Warcraft 15th anniversary event that they were going to have live. So another public event, just like they cancelled the public launch event for Overwatch on the Switch. By the way, Blizzard have not given any reason for that, and they haven't given any reason for this either, just purely that they've cancelled it. And so they left it to Nintendo to deal with all of that outcry. Fallout, I think, is a better term for it. And then the rest kind of gets a little bit broken. They say, we hope to rearrange it at a later date. A later date will actually be past your 15th anniversary, but don't worry about it, Blizzard. Thank you for all the support. Okay, we're going to have a look at some of that support in a moment from the Taiwanese fans. Taiwan, of course, which has no trouble whatsoever with China. We're going to have a look at that. So thank you for all the support of the players and understanding. Again, Google Translate English. So very first post. There you go. Thanked Blizzard Daddy for saving me money. 832 people have in some way, shape or form interacted with that. And then it just goes on. Red Blizzard is the end. Farewell. Again, these are translated, Google translated, so they might not make perfect sense. Thank you for reminding me for forgetting. Okay. originally wanted to take son to the grand event. Now I'll have to think about other parent-child activities. Oh, well, poor you. Then we got more slogans, and then if you go to more comments, it hasn't kicked in translate with some of these. So yes, it doesn't appear to be particularly positive in regards to that. And of course, there is, the massive political trouble that there is between Taiwan and China, and of course you've got Tibet and China and all that kind of stuff. So they clearly did this, and one of the reasons why people are citing is that the Taiwanese Facebook page, Blizzard Facebook page, has been blowing up since this incident with pro Free Hong Kong messages. And so Blizzard have decided in all their I don't know what you want to call it, to be perfectly honest with you, because sarcasm is just wearing so thin when it comes to this event. But Blizzard have decided essentially that we must stop free speech wherever we can. We must stop the ability for people to make their voices heard at any given opportunity, because heaven forbid it might actually interfere with our new communist overlords and trying to make a yuan in China. So we're gonna listen to just a little skit here. Now, this was sent to me. This is not something that I sought out myself. A few people actually sent this to me. Somebody just sent me the actual, what's it called? I want to say transaction. It's not transaction or translation, whatever. They just essentially gave me the typed out version of this. But somebody sent, this is the Andrew Calvin show. Now, this was put up yesterday. It's only got just over 2,500 views. And I'm just going to play the first 30 odd seconds because it's really funny. And it's very apt, and I'll go into why afterwards. I'm going to link it in the description box down below if you want to listen to the whole skit, because it is pretty decent stuff. But here we go.
Video game company Blizzard Entertainment is trying to win back fan support after it came under fire for banning a gamer who cheered on the Hong Kong freedom fighters. The company released a statement saying, yes, it was true. It had abandoned every principle of decency and political morality for profit. And yes, it had betrayed the cause of liberty in order to bury its fat corporate face in piles of yuan like a giant hog looking for truffles. And yes, no gamer with even a moderately active conscience would ever consider spending money on one of its products ever again.
Unfortunately, mate, that's not the case. We've got plenty of Pontius Pilates out there just washing their hands in the instant, but there we go.
But never mind all that. They'll be bringing out a new version of Diablo. So, hooray.
Now, the reason why I wanted to play this is because and again, linked in the description box down below. Go check it out in its entirety. It's not any sort of political statement. I don't actually watch the Daily Wire if he's attached to that or anything like that. It's just a very funny take on it. But in yesterday's video, I said that. He's saying it essentially what I said, which was... Blizzard are piling on all this bad news at the moment because I think they've got a stacked BlizzCon card, which again I'll go into exactly what I think they're going to announce when it's a little bit nearer the time. But they're literally hoping that get all the bad news out, get all the bad news out, get all the bad news out. Hey, we're releasing, in his case, Diablo 4. Everybody doesn't care anymore. Anybody doesn't care that we just stifle free speech. We treat you like utter shit. We're doing everything in our power to cut down your game so we can move into the mobile marketplace in China just to get all that buck, all that microtransaction. But we're doing Diablo 4 for givesies. It's literally going to be like that. That's what BlizzCon is going to be to me. It's just going to be we're announcing this game and that game and that game and another game, and you forgive us now because we're releasing stuff. Hello, shiny object in front of the kitty. And that is essentially what I think it is. It's just distraction. Get everything negative out of the way. like I said, they can't fall any deeper, right? Well, we think they can't fall any deeper. And then, surprisingly enough, they managed to find other things that do. But they're pretty much at the bottom of the pit when it comes to people's, thoughts on them, the government's thoughts on them by the state senators, the international outcry of it. And so they get all that out of the way, and then BlizzCon is shiny toy time. And I just want to address another thing, because a few people have asked me a question about the share price, because the share price is virtually unchanged since this whole incident. And that doesn't surprise me at all. And the reason why it doesn't surprise me at all is because you've got to understand, people, shareholders are following money. Shareholders aren't following reputation. They're not following morality. They're not following anything like that at all. The shareholder gives a toss about money. And BlizzCon is right around the corner. And after last year, where they introduced nothing of any worth or consequence whatsoever, they believe they're going to get some big hits at this year's BlizzCon. And that's why I think the stock price has remained consistent during this period and will likely rise over the course of the next week or so going into BlizzCon. I think with caution. I don't think we're going to see what it was last year. A nice big increase going into BlizzCon before a monumental crash down. I think there's going to be a little bit more caution, but it's probably going to rise slightly over the course of the next couple of weeks leading into BlizzCon, and then based off what is announced, it's either going to probably skyrocket or we'll get what we had last year. But I think it's going to go up. I just think it's going to go up because I think there's going to be a lot of new game announcements at BlizzCon, and that is all that the shareholder gives a shit about. And you also have to bear in mind the success of Call of Duty Mobile, and that's again a huge thing for the shareholders. So don't look at share prices based off morality. It's not how business works. Business, especially when you come to people like Blizzard Entertainment, who will sell you out over a yuan, they're just interested in what is going to make them dollar. And that is the bottom line. It's as cynical as that, I'm afraid. So there we go. More events cancelled in problematic areas because Blizzard don't want people to have free speech, because China's going to be sad if they do. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links thrown in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.